we have head coach Tammi Reiss. Coach, when you get settled, just an opening statement on the win.
It's funny, it doesn't really feel like a win to me. When the team gets 19-0 boards, credit to Fordham for how hard they play and how physical they are and their ability to get to the boards. But when they, get that many more shots than you, and that many 0 boards, I was really, really upset today with the rebounding, and then number 2 with how we finished the game. Just throwing the ball all over the place. Not executing like we need to. But again, 2 days prior, we brought, some guys in, Agni and our scout guys, and they absolutely manhandled us in practice. And so we couldn't stop the O boards. And then it was like watching Groundhog Day today. So, yes, we won, but again, I'm not focused on that. I really, really am focused on getting momentum and playing really well in the things we do, which is rebound, defend, take care of the ball. And I didn't think we did that. We defended pretty well today, but areas of the game, execution offensively was very poor. So although we won, we have a lot to clean up. We really do. So we're gonna get a day off, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get to work. And we've got to get better. We just do. We have to get better. Going into St. Joe's, they're a really, really good team.
Tammi, you mentioned the offensive production wasn't really there today, but how was the week of practice coming into this one? You had pretty tough losses on the road. Did you see anything that may have indicated what you weren't happy with today in the last few days of practice?
Well, when we first went to Loyola Chicago, getting AD, no Tenen, we had no Sophie Sen. We had 2 post players. Really, Sophie Sen shouldn't have played. So we got thrown a loop, and it's really difficult asking kids out of place, playing freshmen, trying to get. So our chemistry, again, it was a last second, thing that got thrown on us. So our confidence, our moxie a little bit, it was really, really difficult. And so then going into Richmond, getting Tenen back, limited minutes, I thought we played better. I really did. I thought we executed, especially late game situations. Everything I drew up, we got the right shot. But coming in today, it just again, our 2 days of practice, we're very, just inconsistent, non-disciplined. And usually we play like we practice. I've always said it. I can tell when, and I was not happy with the way we practice. Going against the press, we threw the ball all over the gym. Going against the pressure in practice, and it wasn't that great a pressure. And so again, you really have to learn from that. And so they didn't apply what we did in practice, and take heed, because it's exactly what that team did tonight. They turned us over. They out-rebounded us. They got that many more shots than us. Thank God we defended a little bit. We got stops, or else that would have been a long night. So again, that's why it didn't feel like a win, because we didn't do what we were supposed to do.
Tammi, is there a point in the season where maybe the results take precedence over the process, trying to improve? Do you ever reach that?
No, because, when we talk, everyone understands we're not going to get in that large bid. So in order to gain momentum, in order to win an A10 tournament championship, you've got to be playing really good basketball. So beating a team that's, with their record and not executing and not playing well, it doesn't lend itself to getting better. There's no momentum there. You don't feel good about it. Our kids know. They know they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So every day in practice, you gain momentum. When we have great practices, the kids, that's where your preparation's done. That's where you gain your confidence. Like, as a player, I knew it. We're ready. We're prepared. Go ahead and go into a test and don't study. See what happens. You're going to fail. So when we're not getting better in practice consistently, you'll have a bad practice here or there, but when you're begging, you don't have great energy, you're not executing well, you've got to start playing well. You've got to start gaining some chemistry and momentum consistently, because that's when it takes off. Then it can really take off. It's what happened to St. Louis last year. It's what happened to our men now. So hopefully we get AD back. we get our roster set, we get healthy, and we start playing, practicing well, playing well, and getting that momentum. But you've got to just, you have to lose yourself in getting better every day. You can't just show up and think you're going to win, because it doesn't happen. So in practice, we've got to start executing. We've got to start getting better, getting the things done in practice we know we need to win games. If you don't get it done in practice, there's no way you're going to show up against, say, St. Joe's, who has unbelievable rebounders and bigs, and think suddenly magically, we're good enough to show up and we're going to be able to contain them and box them out. That's never going to happen. You got to have, I'm ready. I went against Big A, Coach Agni, every day. I boxed him out. I'm ready. I'm built for it. So that's what gives you confidence. So yeah, we focus on that. Of course, we want to win basketball games. That's my job. But we got to get better. And we got to get better with our habits on a daily basis. All of us.
Earlier in the season, there were times, the Maine loss, for example, where you said after that the team fell low. Coming off of 2 losses, do you feel that was a similar case today?
No, I don't. I get extremely upset, when we lose. Sometimes some of our kids are a little bit different than me. They're built differently. It rolls off their back a little bit easier, I think, and then they can reset and go on to the next game, which they're pretty good at. They really are. But coming off the road, they were excited to be home. Getting T back, they were excited for that. But they said that they were ready today. They said we're going to show up. We're ready today. So I don't think the road swing or 2 losses really affect them. They know every day we got to show up and play well to win. They do. They know that. You can't think about yesterday. You got to think about you're in the moment today, and then we'll think about tomorrow.
When exactly did you learn about the situation with AD, and how much has that loss sort of impacted the team in these last few days?
I think we learned maybe 48 hours before, in the evening. So it may have been 36 hours. I got a phone call in the evening. So it's huge. AD is our glue kid. That's our best rebounder. That's our best defender from the post. She does a lot for us. She inbounds the ball. She's our high post. She does all the little things that you guys don't see that we need to execute. We really do. Her jumper's coming along really, really well. And so having her and getting 10 and back, we were really feeling the momentum. And it was just literally the quirkiest thing, blindsided. And you have to go through the process. You have to take your time and make sure we get everything right, and then we get her back. But it was tough. It is tough. We've lost 2 games in a row. We've lost the rebounding battle. Let me ask you this. When's the last time you think that happened? It's been years. We don't do that. That's what that kid does. So she's a glue for us. So I'm excited to get her back. Hopefully we'll get her back here soon. And the school's doing everything they can. Compliance, shout out to our registrar's office, to compliance. They're doing everything they can as fast as they can. It's just very difficult when you try to get information from overseas. So, but it has impacted us. But other kids stepped up. So that's what you do. Everyone gets injuries. Everyone loses players. It's your opportunity for other kids to step up and try to fill that void.
What about the lift that Tennant gave you, particularly in the second quarter?
It was huge. T, I've been working with T and conditioning. We've been doing Insanity together and morning workouts before practice because she wants to get back. But she was big in that second quarter, being able to go to her on the low block and got us some really good shots when Maya was struggling to score. So gave us that low post presence, and we went up 8 at halftime. I think we got the punch at the end and got that basket right at the buzzer to send it into half. But she was huge. She was huge for us, and getting her back and really getting her, motivated to really play. That'll be big. So I think Alice gotten great minutes while AD's out. It'll benefit us down the long run. It really will. So once we get AD back and we have that 4-man rotation, it'll be really nice. But Tennant was big today. I thought that was the difference in the first half. If we didn't have her, it's an even game or we're down.
With the banked up front court, I mean, well, Eva played 5 minutes, but for the most part, it was a 7-woman rotation. Do you feel that that's sustainable in the long term? Because obviously, there's not really a timeline with AD coming back.
You know, again, it has to be. If certain kids in practice, again, you can't rebound or you can't box out or you're turning the ball over and you want to win. Going into St. Joe's, we'll see who can play. And matchups are key. You got to be able to defend a kid that shoots 25 times and come down your throat in transition. So, as coaches, we play players that we think are ready, especially to win the game. We played Eva in the first half against the zone because she can shoot a little bit. But other than that, I thought we rolled with the players as a coaching staff who we felt that, again, if you're not scoring, you got to be able to get stops. And you definitely have to be able to rebound. And so when you're not scoring and those two things aren't your strength, you probably won't get in the game.
Coach, a player who stepped up pretty big today, Tisha Hyman. She had a double-double, led the team in rebounds. Could you talk about her production throughout the 40 minutes of today?
It was good to see Tisha a little aggressive in the first half. Why we brought Tisha here was to be the one, to manufacture points, to score, and she's a very unselfish kid. So she doesn't want her teammates to be upset with her. She doesn't want to take bad shots, but we need her to be aggressive, not necessarily taking shots, but creating, drawing to, being able to manufacture shots for other people as well. So, defensively, she really went to the boards for us today. Did she have 9 defensive rebounds?
9 defensive rebounds.
Which was huge, especially since we weren't boxing out very well. So, she's been pretty big across the board for us the last couple games. I think at Loyola Chicago, she had like 7 steals, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. But again, we're going to need Tisha to play big, rebounding and especially scoring. She's got to be able to give us that lift on the perimeter with Sophie Phillips. So when people are face guarding Soph and really getting into her, we have other options. And Tisha's got to be one of them.
Any other questions? All set? All right, everybody. See you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was a good one, Coach.